You are now listening to a 302 Birds podcast experience, proudly powered by Tick Pick, Cutbet, El Diablo Burritos, Nick's Pizza, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street.
Finally, we are back in the win column as Philadelphia Phillies fans. This year, we've been able to get a little bit greedy, guys, with everything that's going on. We're not used to losing. It's a good problem to have. What's up, everybody? My name is Dalton. I am joined by all of our lovely co-hosts tonight, bringing a jam-packed show for you guys. And for those on Spotify who can't see, there is a special familiar face. All my co-hosts, join me in welcoming back Mr. Horse back on the pod.
Hello, my guy.
I'm back in the flesh, baby.
You're not in the
I'm
flesh.
back better than
you're on the screen.
I'm sorry. I'm in the ether.
There you go.
He's in front of a brick wall with a very good-looking El Diablo hat. It makes me want tacos. I'm not gonna lie, which actually is a great segue into our first segment of the night. Without further ado, I will hit that call-in intro and introduce one of your favorites, our call-in.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is. Their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302 Birds sent you. God bless. Go Birds.
Like it said in the video, if you're in Delaware, stop by El Diablo. It's better than Chipotle. We got Greggy tonight. How you doing, Greggy?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
It's nice to see a beautiful face. I'm doing well.
Hey, man. Good to see y'all, too.
What do
So,
you got
Greg,
for us tonight?
I know Greg actually doesn't have a call-in topic, so I actually brought a call-in topic for Greg. So Frank was supposed to be our call-in this week. He'll be on next week. You guys all know Uncle Frank, love him to death. But this week, Greg is more of a Sixers expert. So I really wanted to pick Greg's brain on the topic of, for me, free agency for the Sixers. It's down to two guys. I would rather have either LeBron James, Jimmy Butler. You know, some people are on the Paul George train, but I'll let our guest, Greg, go ahead and take it first, our call-in. Who would you rather see in Philadelphia, Greg?
Well, first, I'm going to start with our third option here, the one that I actually never wanted, Paul George. Everyone wants Paul George. Yeah, because, I mean, you look at Philly, like we have Maxey at guard. We got Embiid at center. We need a great power forward, right? Replace what we wanted out of Tobias Harris. They think Paul George is the answer. I personally don't think he is. I think he's a little up there than what he used to be in his sense of age. Obviously, he got older, but he's always injured, as it seems, for the Clippers. He's never really been successful in the playoffs. I feel like it'd be like trusting Doc Rivers, another playoff bust all over again, along with Harden, right? Someone who people think they are great players, but in the playoffs, they just haven't had success. That's not what we need. Someone who's helped their team get to the playoffs over and over again and succeed in the playoffs, not really finish, but really succeed and get past the second round at most, is Jimmy Butler. I love Jimmy Butler, and the same as with LeBron, you know. The other thing about LeBron is, like, you're betting on LeBron, you're betting on Bronny as well. Mm-hmm. He wants his son to have a future. People don't realize how big of a roster spot, like how much a roster spot is valued. Like, a single roster spot on a team is a lot. That can dampen your depth. If it's like, typically Bronny would be a sort of two-way contract type player, you know. You're taking a whole roster spot. You're doing a Thanasis like what Giannis is doing, right? You're taking a player who hasn't really proven themselves. You're giving them a roster spot over a lot of other talented players that you could be using for depth. Yes, is a 14 used often in the playoffs? No, but you can get LeBron, which is cool. But LeBron is getting older. LeBron's had a few more injuries this year. And LeBron, I mean, he's the GOAT. What can you say? But, I mean, Jimmy Butler, man, I mean, you're going to have to give both of them maxes. Both of them are expensive. Jimmy Butler just seems to mesh it. He already has that bond with Embiid. He has that bond with Embiid. He can have a good thing going with Maxey. We didn't have Maxey with Butler. You know, like, we don't know the potential can be untapped. Plus, think about our team. Oh, is Butler going to fit with the team? We don't have a team. The only people on contract right now is Embiid, Ricky Council. Who's the other one? There's one other person on contract.
Maxey.
Oh, Paul Reed. No, Maxey's not signed yet. we're gonna get him, but like he's not signed yet. So on paper, we have Embiid, we have Ricky Council, and we have Paul Reed. We have 3 players signed to the Sixers right now. That's it. So when you're looking at like, okay, like are they going to fit into the team? No. We're going on a shopping spree for an entire team here. We are buying an entire team this offseason. So it's the matter of we can build around any of these guys. Now you look at it and we've seen teams try to build around LeBron. Like LeBron's been successful in the Lakers, yes, but there's also been seasons where he's brought in other players. He kind of takes control of the rosters as well. You saw that at the Lakers. He demands certain players, and when he had his friends come, remember when he had Russ on the team, he had Carmelo, he brought all his buddies in, right? They were all 35 years old and they didn't do much in the playoffs. I don't want the same for the Sixers. I love LeBron. I think he'd be great, but I think Jimmy Butler would be a great culture. We could build around him. We could finally get a proper backup center. Please, for the love of God, re-sign Andre Drummond. Please get Andre Drummond. Or someone, there's a lot of, I was looking at earlier, there's a lot of good centers on the market. There's Valanciunas on the market. Hartenstein is on the market. There's a lot of great centers on the market, and we need one. It's proven year after year. We need a backup center. Paul Reed is a power forward. He is not a center. We need a good center for when Embiid goes down, because he inevitably will go down for a small amount of time every season. But Jimmy Butler is my answer.
I will stand by one of the biggest mistakes the Sixers organization has made was getting rid of Jimmy Butler. I said it. It was a huge mistake when Chicago let him go. Huge mistake when Philadelphia let him go. If we can get him back, I will have a heck of a lot more confidence in this team, and that's the end of the story.
I see. I'm not on the same page there, actually, because I think what the Sixers would try doing is bringing back who they wish they kept. You know, what was it now, 5 years ago? And now Jimmy Butler is 34. He had a lot of injuries this year. His stats are declining. And then here we are talking about signing to a max contract where I don't think he necessarily deserves it. I think he deserves a hell of a lot of money. I don't think he deserves a max. I don't think Paul George deserves a max. A player that I think that we could possibly make a move for is like Mikal Bridges. I would love him. He was supposed to be a Sixer, and then we traded him for Jordan Springer back in whatever draft that was. And we all saw how that paid out. I think Mikal Bridges wants to be a Sixer, and I think he would be outstanding for this team. I really do. And I think I would more rather offer him the money than any of these aging vets.
I just like to disagree with you there. I'm sorry. I would love to disagree with you there. I love Mikal Bridges. I remember seeing him in the playoff series against the Sixers, not this year, the year prior. And his mid-range jumper is beautiful. Mikal Bridges is a hell of a basketball player. He's super talented. I remember watching him when Villanova played St. Joe's as well, freshman year. Amazing talent. I would not pick him over Jimmy Butler. You can make the same argument to Paul George. Paul George was injured on and off. The whole team, so that's the around the Clippers. They had players like Kawhi and Paul George who were always injured on and off this year and last year. You're dealing with the same kind of injury. But look at Jimmy Butler's like post-Sixers, right? Post-Sixers. Jimmy Butler made it further in the playoffs than us almost every single time. He's taken them to the finals. He's taken them to the Eastern Conference Finals almost every single time since he left us.
Okay, so there bears the question: is Embiid the issue? Because
No,
we can't. You know, I'm going to say this, and we can move on. I don't care who we sign, because we know that we're going to be a first round out or a second round out. Embiid, I don't think Embiid's going to get us to the promised land. Like, I seriously don't. And we can sign Jimmy Butler. We're not getting the promised land. Like,
think about the support we had though. It's always been 2 key players. When we had Butler, think about it. Who did we have? We had Simmons. We had Tobias Harris. We had him. Who has been our problem? Simmons, Tobias Harris, right? Who were we trying to cut off? Who was the cancer we were trying to cut off the past 4 years? Simmons, gone. Tobias Harris, gone. That's who we had since then. Daryl Morey. Hey, still there.
He's still there. We got one more cancer cell, boss. We got one more cancer cell.
Yeah, dude.
I really do think that Embiid is a generational talent. but he can't stay healthy at all. Granted, he's 7'2".
That's why we need a backup center. Andre Drummond was the perfect backup center for him. Like, again, he's going to go down. He's too big. He takes too much contact. He moves too much to not get injured. I understand that. Get a guy to take some games for him, like Andre or Hartenstein. Have a good backup center. Because the issue is when we had Embiid play, noticeably you could tell when we didn't have him in the games, we centered it way too much on him. If we have a better flowing, but better balanced team, which, again, we have a whole roster to buy this season. Another power forward I'd love, by the way, Lauri Markkanen. Love him. Would love to have him as a player. Like, I actually was going through. I had a friend walked over during his internship lunch, and we were sitting there, and I was looking at all the free agents. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of potential out there. Gary Trent Jr. He's out there. There's a lot of great role players you can get on the market that are available. Because, again, we don't have a team. We have 3 players on.
Can I say one thing too, Jack? We were one shot away. Me and Greg watched that game together in our dorm in Rashford, the Kawhi shot. Tom, too. All 3 of us sat there that night. I remember that night very vividly. I remember Greg was the saddest out of all of us because I'm the Eagles fan. Tom's the Phillies fan. Greg is our Sixers guy. He was, how would you describe it, Tom? I mean, I've never seen Greg that sad, ever. Legit.
Greg's a happy-go-lucky guy, and the go-lucky was gone.
Very well said. I mean, he was deflated. He was just not himself, and that's what that shot did to this team. So, Jack, I don't know, man. I'm kind of with Greg. Give me Jimmy, and if you give me Jimmy, run it back one more time. I mean, at this point, what do we have to lose? What do we got to lose?
Like Greg
We have
said,
a lot to lose. I think we have a ton to lose.
No,
Jimmy Butler has been injured in the playoffs. Like when he's in the playoffs recently, he's been injured, so you can't really rely on him.
Hold on,
And last year,
jackass. Listen for 2 seconds. He's only hurt this year. Last year, what'd he do? He only single-handedly pretty much brought a whole Heat team that was full of nobodies to the NBA Finals. He only almost single-handedly did that, and he would have the world's greatest player with him this time.
I'm with Tom on this one about Jimmy. I'm a Jimmy guy.
Okay, so do we think Jimmy Butler's a star?
Yeah, of course he's a star.
Okay.
No one's arguing that.
What happens when we bring stars to the Sixers? It fizzles out. It fucking sucks. We tried with James Harden. What happened there? Nothing.
Jimmy Butler.
So do you just want to bring in nobody, or are you on the idea of I want to bring in role
what
players?
We do, like I said, no matter what we do, we need role players. We don't need a star. We need role players. We need a depth in the bench. We're not going to get past the fucking second round at all. That's just how it is. Like, you can say Jimmy Butler.
Supersonics fan again.
With Jimmy Butler, did we make it past the second round in the playoffs? No. And he's older now. So
but we were the only team that took them to Game 7, though. The Raptors who won the finals. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. The trend is second round, we lose. We had Jimmy Butler. We fucking lost in the second round. This is not going to change anything. There's no rhyme and reason. The Sixers they play completely horrible. They don't have any drive in the playoffs like they do leading up. Like the couple weeks leading up to the playoffs this year, we saw heart. And then it came to the playoffs. There's no fucking heart at all in this team. So I don't know what it is. Like, we thought Nick Nurse was the answer. Nope.
That's why you need to bring in Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy Butler has that heart. He's got that dog in him in the playoffs.
Are you an OKC fan or a Seattle Supersonics fan next season? That's what I'm trying to figure out. 4th grade Jordan. Which one we going back to? 35?
Seattle Sonics. Sorry.
So he's going with the Seattle Supersonics, which is Sally took her seashells down to the sucking seashore. But I'm going to say, you know what? Nobody said it yet. Give me LeBron, baby. You guys know I am a Braun sexual. LeBron's a fucking winner. No matter what you say, LeBron James is a winner. He's like the Tom Brady of the NBA. Tom Brady goes to the Buccaneers. Everybody's like, he's washed. He's not going to do it. He did it. Maybe he didn't do it again, but he did it one time. Same thing when LeBron went to the Cavaliers. Everybody was like, there's no way he's going to win. Down 3-1. LeBron figures it out. If you give LeBron James, Embiid, and his son. I don't care who the hell else is there. We could put me and Salucci out in the court in Sixers uniforms, and me and Tom would have a fat-ass ring at the end of the year and a big smile on our face. In all seriousness, I think LeBron is that much of a winner, and, like, when his son gets on the court, we're going to see a whole new LeBron James. I don't think anybody understands that yet. That may be my hottest take yet, but there is dad energy when your son's on the court. There's Papa Bear. Like, he wants to show his son the ropes. There's like a pride thing. It is nothing to do with money at this point. It is all pride. And it's the best basketball player in the world for the past 15 years, undisputedly, probably the past 20 years. And he's going to do what he wants. It's going to be his final swan dance. I'm saying let's let it happen in Philadelphia versus somewhere else. Because, like, in all seriousness, if LeBron doesn't go to Philly, where do you guys think LeBron will go? I'm interested to hear that, too.
Back to the Lakers.
Yeah.
To the Lakers. The Lakers already. The Lakers. There's two teams that Bronny has accepted workouts for. He's got offered 10. He's only
Phoenix
taking 2.
and LA, right?
Phoenix and LA. Yeah, that's the only 2. I don't think he wants to move. I think that, like, they're focusing on that. The Lakers do not want to lose LeBron at any cost. They're going to offer him a good deal. They're going to try to keep him. The only thing that would let us get him is if we draft him first, which I think we're a pick ahead. I think we're a pick ahead of the Lakers.
We're a threat to the Lakers to take Bronny.
Yeah. But we could also trade for something good. We could also give them the pick
Play chess
and get a haul for it.
No, or what we do is we draft Bronny and then be like, who wants him? Who wants Bronny?
Yeah.
That's kind of what Greg's saying. Play some chess and just sit back and let the show happen. That's not a bad idea. I think you should be in Daryl Morey's office right now, Greg. What the hell are you doing here right now? What was your question, Ash, before we wrap up here with our Sixers
Obviously,
segment?
if we would probably have to give up quite a bit, right? I mean, realistically. Are you okay with basically scratching the rest of this team?
We don't have
besides Embiid and Maxey, or who would stay?
We have a shopping list, Ash. That's what we
I
have.
know.
We have whoever we sign. There's a shopping list of people we go after.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter who's on our team.
I don't know that I can get behind this right now. I don't know.
Right, that's the thing. You have a shopping list. We have a shopping list. Daryl Morey, that's what Ashley's saying. Daryl Morey has a completely different shopping list. You could be going to the fucking grocery store. Daryl Morey's fucking hanging out at Dave & Buster's blowing tokens. Like, we don't know what the hell this guy's doing in all seriousness. So she makes a valid point. Like, Ash, in your opinion, with your question, who stays in that? Is it Embiid and Maxey and everybody else is gone, and then we go for LeBron or Jimmy? Or
I don't even know if we could keep Embiid and Maxey, honestly.
Yes, we can. We have a cap.
If we can, let's do it.
We have
but
a cap.
I don't know.
If the Sixers
I say
can
keep
pay
both them.
Jalen Brown $300 million, if they can pay Jason Tatum $200 million, if they can pay Drew Holiday all that money, Celtics have proven you have the cap. You can do luxury tax. You can afford it. We can afford it.
I think if we can't afford it, we keep both of them. But I don't. There's not a world that I can necessarily pick one or the other right now. I think if we're looking at Embiid and Maxey specifically, I can't pick one or the other. Embiid's a now guy, Maxey's a future guy. That's all.
You got to pick Maxey. And at that sense, you
Yeah.
got to pick Maxey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, if it came down to keep Maxey or keep Embiid, I would keep Maxey. 100%. 100%.
Your opinion doesn't count, though, Jordan.
Tom, shut up.
all right, we could talk about this for hours. I did not expect us to talk about the
I
Sixers
have
for 20
one
minutes.
last thing, though. I have one last thing because of what Jack said and about Jimmy Butler. My closing statement on Jimmy Butler. All I got to say is, in order for the team that won the finals that year, the Toronto Raptors, in order for them, the team that won the finals, so it was a good damn team, in order for them to beat that team that had Jimmy Butler, they had to hit an almost improbable shot from the wing over Embiid that should not have gone in. An improbable shot will never happen again. They had to hit a historic shot to make it past us.
Then we'd be out the next round. That's just how it is.
I don't know, man. I think we would have won the finals that year. I'm with you, Greg. And it's one of those things where Jack and Greg unfortunately have to agree to disagree. One night we're going to sit down with some Stolichana vodka. If you guys are ever listening to this podcast, shout out to Greg for wearing that. Love mixing my orange crushes with it. Greg, tell the people where they can find you on IG so some of our followers follow you, our Sixers analyst.
Follow me, Greg_Fernandes2, FERNANDES. That's the last name. Give me a follow back. Thanks, everyone.
We love you,
Thank you,
dude.
sir.
We'll see you again
See.
soon.
See you,
Peace,
buddy.
y'all.
Legend. St. Joe's legend. But now moving along, we did our call-ins. We're cruising in to the ball. Well, I don't know if I would say cruising in. Maybe like tumbling in. Time for Phillies talk with Bob Tommy. Ginger Stitch.
You cut it a little early there, Dodge. But you know who doesn't cut any corners a little early? Nick's Pizza.
Oh, man, you're getting good at it, Tom. Are you using ChatGPT or anything, or are you just
No,
getting that
you know-
smooth?
You know who's even better, Dodge, than ChatGPT? Good old-fashioned, the Italian mindset. That's what it is. ChatGPT will never have the ingenuity of a good Italian stallion American.
You're not a stallion, so continue.
Jack,
You're kind of like a hog.
you still sniff glue, so you know what? You can go after yourself.
Slumping though, Tommy.
Anyway.
How do we get out of this thing besides today? Today's a good start, but the past couple of days, take me through that.
Well, we have a little home cooking coming up. Phil's will be at home this weekend, and Dutch will be tailgating on Sunday, so make sure you go find him. And we have the details on our IG. You like that plug, Dutch? See, I'm
I
getting
do.
good at this.
I'll have a couple Michelobes there if you want to come pound them. There's shout out to KJ McCoy. They're his Michelobes from Florida, and they've been in my fridge for a couple weeks. And Alyssa said you got to get rid of them, Dalt. So hey, while supplies last.
Two people who will never understand the glorious taste of beer. Beer, as Benjamin Franklin once said, is just proof that God loves us, Dutch.
Oh, look at Jack. He's repping right there. He's got the Michelob.
Anyway,
Wearing the world's ugliest jersey. So
does that have anything to do with this slump, do you think? Because I could go take you down a rabbit hole, but you give me the analytics side. What's going on here with this team?
I think they have a perfect record when wearing that jersey, though, Dutch.
One
Correct
loss.
me if I'm wrong.
One loss.
One loss.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn it.
So I wouldn't blame the ugly jersey for their slow. I like they've statistically always been terrible in Colorado and San Francisco. They haven't won a game in San Francisco, I want to say, until today.
Since 2021, I saw.
Yeah, since 2021. And so it's been 3 years since they last won a game there. And then they were also riding a long losing streak in Colorado as well. So I think it just has to do with there's just some places you chalk it up to. Colorado, baseball's always weird there because the air's so thin that it's either home run or bust, and it's tough to pitch there. Like Rangers struggled. Rangers a big curveball pitcher, and curveballs tend not to curve in such thin air. And for some reason, I don't know why. It just is. I'm not a physicist. Matt, you're the closest thing to a scientist on this show, I think. So
Dumb it down for you.
If you don't mind, you can probably dumb that down for us.
Well, there's not as much air particles, so the ball can't move as much. There you have it. Easy.
That was like that Office episode where Michael's like, explain this to me like an 8-year-old boy to Oscar, and you just nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, the seams don't have as much air to cut through, so the balls don't move as much.
Well, there we go.
Interesting.
Matt, what's your take on this
It's
whole
science, to bitch. Oh, sorry. What's my? Well, I mean, I've said it from the start. We've had a historic beginning to the season, but all good things come to an end. I don't think that this is a bad thing for the Philadelphia Phillies. I think that it's necessary. If they're to keep winning and winning and winning, then get to that hard part of the season, then they start losing and losing and losing, then they don't know how to fix it. So I'd rather lose against the bad teams than lose against the good teams. And they're not. It's not like they're losing in ways that they can't prevent. I mean, all of their losses, in my opinion, they should have easily been won. Bats just weren't waking up. Pitching wasn't 100%. But but I think it's it's baseball. It happens, and the best teams lose against really shitty teams, and that's what we're seeing right now. I'm not worried, not at all.
I think
Not one bit.
Not one bit.
I think the true test is going to be when the Brewers come to town. I read today that it's looking like Rhys Hoskins will be making his comeback from injury in Philly. I am very, very curious to see how that series goes down. I know I'm going to go see them when they come back to Milwaukee in September, which I'm so excited about because it'll be really good baseball at that point. But I think obviously we should not have lost this series. We should not have. End of story. But it's how they respond. And today for me was a glimpse of hope. Today was like, okay, we do know how to play baseball. But thin air is a thing. And I think we should kind of just take these losses with a grain of salt.
All this being said, they still have the best record in baseball, and we are sounding like we're a 10-game under 500 team.
You are right, Tom. We do need to kind of bring a little bit positive of a twist.
Oh, thank God this motherfucker's out of here.
It's not often you guys hear Tommy curse, but Angel Hernandez will do it to you. I mean, I was sitting on the Phillies post-game show last night with Eric, and if you guys don't know Eric is doing a phenomenal job taking the lead and taking the charge on our Phil's post-game show, and we got the news right after, basically. It's like, oh, Angel Hernandez is retiring. Or it was really towards the end of the show. And as I sat there, I almost did the scene from Entourage, and I wrote, "Get the fuck out of Philly" on my piece of paper with a humongous smile on my face. And somebody commented today, I think it was KJ, and he said, "Why did you say Philly? It's us versus Angel. It's not like, like there's a bias that this guy hated us." I remember I first learned about the legend of Angel Hernandez of that God-wretched photo of him leaving Citizens Bank Park in his Ford Escape rental car with the humongous smile on his face, knowing that he fucked over this team. So ever since then, I have hated Angel Hernandez. Angel Hernandez, congratulations on your retirement. Gone and always forgotten.
I don't have an official hot take segment tonight, but I loved Angel Hernandez. And the reason I did, as a baseball player, the whole game's about umpires, and I love umpires that suck at their job because it really jars a lot of conversation and just excitement in the game. How many people have you seen gotten thrown out of games because of Angel Hernandez? Lots. And it just makes it exciting. Seeing Schwarber spike his bat into the ground just because of a god-awful call, it's just we're never going to see that shit again. It's kind of exciting. I'm going to miss you, Angel Hernandez. I will.
And Bryce Harper throwing his helmet into the stands.
Exactly, man. It's just you're never going to get that shit again.
Every Batman needs a joke.
But he was so god-awful at his job. Apparently he was a huge... And watching ESPN, different big MLB news reporters who have their own podcast, MLB Network. The guy was just an asshole too. I've yet to hear a positive. The only person who said anything positive about Angel Hernandez has been Joe West, and yet he was a terrible umpire too. And guess what? He missed another call too. Dude, Jesus H. The only two people on earth I think that are more in love with each other are those two, Joe West and Angel Hernandez. Everybody hated Angel. Angel was terrible at his job. He screwed over so many games as he would make the worst calls in the biggest moments all the time, even in the littlest moments. And I know statistically he wasn't the worst at balls and strikes. Sure, he wasn't the worst, but he was the worst in the sense of he couldn't put a finger to the temperature in the room.
But Tom, here we are talking about an umpire. Who talks about umpires, dude? Who talks about umpires? Here we are,
We
302 Birds, talking about Angel Hernandez. This is all the publicity.
He's the only umpire we ever talked about on this show, in all fairness.
Exactly. And that's because the MLB is getting publicity. It's because he sucked, but here we are talking about it, and here we are like, let's go watch MLB because of Angel Hernandez. Props to Angel Hernandez. I'm not gonna die on this hill, man. I love Angel. Bring him, put him in the fucking umpire Hall of Fame.
God, no. Dear God, no. That man jersey deserves to be burned.
That's a psych, bitch. I'm taking away the heart because he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, he does.
He fucked over sports bettors, too. Like, I remember being
who cares about the
betting one night on the Phillies.
Degenerate. Fucking degenerate.
Yeah. The people in the streets that need the deal. Angel, that was my Taco Bell the next day, my lunch, that $10 bet that I lost. That was my lunch money. That could have been my Taco Bell Wednesday if you didn't get Bryce Harper or Schwarber ejected, douchebag.
Not the Taco Bell.
I hate to see the Taco Bell.
All right,
Damn.
so
fuck you, Angel.
Yeah, fuck you, Angel. See, we got him on board finally. All right. Well, we're getting all of our emotions out. We haven't been the only ones that have done it. My mom even said, was there a full moon this weekend? We saw the Kylie Kelsey and Jason Kelsey altercation at Margate this weekend. And to say it was embarrassing for the person who did that would be an understatement, I think. An absolutely classless act. You look stupid. You made a complete ass out of yourself. And even Kylie can be said at the end here, and we'll roll the clip in a second. I can hear the dyslexia. I can smell the alcohol on your breath. That's bad. Let's give it a listen.
You know what who you are. You'll never be allowed in this house. No. You'll never be allowed in this house. Don't be alcohol on your breath. You're embarrassing yourself.
Wow. Yeah, so not a good look for the Miss Margate gal there. Then the mayor comes out and actually makes an official apology, says dinner's on me. My favorite part about the whole thing is this right here. This is a man that knows exactly what woman he married. I think it's the stance for me that really does it for me, because he's just like taking it all in, and he knows he doesn't got to get involved unless, she needs him to. Kylie Kelsey's literally the queen of Philly, the queen of Delco. Strong, independent, powerful woman, handles her business like a lady. That lady was a pure crumb bum, and that's being polite. Like, Jason Kelsey and Kylie Kelsey should be able to go out to dinner and enjoy their night like a normal human being and have a date. With 3 kids, I got 3 dogs, and that's stressful enough. I could only imagine what 3 babies are like. So it's the stance. It's the Cybertruck on the right, chilling with probably the Dallas suck sticker and, the eagle taking a piss on it. It's the flip-flops, the T-shirt. It tells a whole story. So, absolutely embarrassing moment for this lady here. What were your guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah, it just goes to show. This is why I hate New Jersey, because everyone's an asshole. Everyone's an asshole. You have to know that is Kylie Kelsey. She's been over TV numerous times. You got to know. You got to show respect. But that is why New Jersey is called the armpit of America, because their people are trash. No offense to you, Dalton. I know you're from Jersey, but
no, I'm not from New Jersey, dude. I'm from Delaware.
Wait, you're from Maryland. Oh, wait. No, you're from Delaware. Okay.
I'm from Pennsylvania, dude. I went to St. Joe's. I don't know what you're talking about. I went there for 4 years. Went to college in Philly.
Yeah, it's just like the Kelseys have done so much for the city of Philadelphia. They are great people. And to be that disrespectful, not even to the Kelsey family, just to anyone, is like, come on. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, yeah, I really fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. But it's New Jersey for you. People are assholes there.
Yeah.
People are trash.
Do you know what I find kind of comical? And I think Jason Kelsey would kind of agree with me. The fact that there's a mayor out there that's like, dinner's on me because your date got disrupted. And you know how often that happens to people in Jersey? Just people heckling them on a date. And Jason's going to be like, what the fuck? I don't want a free date because someone was heckling me. I just find that really funny. And the mayor's like, oh, free dinner on me. The mayor would have never said that to anyone else. That happens every single day. And here it is, Jason Kelsey getting heckled by a drunk bastard in Jersey. And it's just like, oh, dinner's on me, dude. Dinner's on me.
Go Birds, baby. Go
I
Birds.
find that hysterical.
I mean,
it's great.
it's crazy because Jason Kelsey is a multi-millionaire. So like, that's not gonna.
doesn't
That's not gonna.
count.
Yeah.
Probably a billionaire at this point.
Yeah. Like, come on now.
All the Swifties coming in there. There is one thing, Dutch, I did notice too that just caught my eye, so I had to watch it like a second and third time to finally actually understand like what this woman was yelling about. The first time though, I knew Kylie Kelsey was a tall woman, but holy cow, she's tall. Like she towered over that woman. Like if that woman wanted to throw hands, Kylie probably could have knocked her in one punch, like easily. Sober or not, like whether that woman was sober or not, like I over under on how many punches it would have taken Kylie. I have it 1.5, like personally, but that's why she's the Duchess of Delco.
The Duchess of Delco. That might have to be a T-shirt if that's not already taken. Excuse me.
It is taken by Crossing Broad.
That's a good one. Well, I'm gonna have to buy their shirt then. Make sure you guys
There you
support
go.
Crossing Broad. Love what they're building over there. So, Ash, what was your take on this whole scenario? Because I know earlier in the week we were talking about Kelsey's comment as well, addressing the Harrison Buck. It's been a week for the Kelseys.
It's been a week for the Kelseys. Yeah, it's been a week for the Kelseys. And touching on the other thing just a little bit about the commencement speech debacle. It's infuriating what Harrison said. I think Travis was very much stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? In terms of that's his teammate. He couldn't really come out and say anything, but he's like, I know the person. Obviously, what he said was wrong. Jason said exactly what he was supposed to say. That was the perfect statement, the perfect rebuttal to all of that, saying like, you know, she does her thing, I do mine, and it works for us, right? That should not be like a thing. Anyway. This was just another situation where I'm like, I felt bad. I genuinely felt bad. Kylie is an amazingly strong woman. There is something to be said when your husband is at that level in the NFL, raising, 3 kids, having one of your kids right on the tail end of one of the biggest football games ever, right? Your husband and his brother are playing in the Super Bowl. You are 9 months pregnant. Like, I can't even imagine. And this is just like one more thing that they did not need. But they handled it incredibly well. I love the fact that they get to represent this city and be the role models that I think so many people need, especially during a time when everything just kind of seems very chaotic.
Scotty Scheffler getting arrested, chaotic situation. Kelsey's going out to dates, chaotic situation. So much chaos, man. So much chaos.
Shout out to Laurie Holland. Like she said, I mean, was it a full moon? That was my mother's first question. Another full moon thing is these sports reports. When I was in Florida and I had the binoculars and I made that joke where I was like, a QE controversy. I thought it was a joke. I am legit sorry to the Philadelphia fan base because I'm like, that's so Raven now, Jack, with these predictions. I mean, it's like a spider web. It just shoots out of my hand and then it comes true. I should shut my mouth, though, because when I said this one's bad. I think that this is all bullshit in all seriousness. And it's actually kind of sad that this city allows this to happen. Like after the whole Carson Wentz thing and everything that went down there, all of these rumors of a QB controversy should have been put to rest. I'm glad that Kenny Pickett is having a good camp or a good outing or whatever you want to call it. Like, I want everybody to succeed on this team because you never know what's going to happen. But the fact that some actual credible news sources are saying that Jalen Hurts could have some competition for the starting spot in the regular season is absolutely nuts. Baffling to me.
He drives me nuts.
Dalton, you think of things way too deep. This is not an issue at all because Jalen's going to be the obvious quarterback this season. It's cool that Kenny Pickett's showing that he has something. He'll be a good backup quarterback. I mean, that's all you really need him for. But, it's OTAs. They don't really matter. It's just a matter of showing up, going through the plays. It's not a make or break. it cuts down 100 people to like 53-man roster. So I don't think it's as big of a deal. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be the leader. He's the leader of the team. He's going to be the starting quarterback. So people that are reading in between the lines for this, like, stop, because it's not going to happen. We just paid Jalen Hurts so much. Yeah. $250 million or whatever it was.
A bag.
Yeah. So he's going to be starting. So you guys can stop the nonsense.
I think it's great. I mean, you always love that competitiveness because it's going to make Jalen Hurts a better quarterback.
Right.
But any fan out there actually thinking Kenny Pickett has a shot is delusional. Jalen Hurts is our guy. This is not a Carson Wentz, Nick Foles situation. This is we have a starting quarterback. We needed to fill our backup, and we got Kenny Pickett for a very reasonable price. I mean, I think he's going to be one of the best backups in the league. He was a starter last year, and now he's a backup. If Jalen Hurts goes down, I will have the utmost confidence in Kenny Pickett. I really will. Right. I don't think Kenny Pickett's nearly as good to take over that starting spot, though.
No. And I think this is something that came out of Philadelphia sports are too good right now. Like, no one cares about the Sixers. No one cares about the Flyers because it's the off season and they're doo-doo for all we care right now. Now, the Eagles are in OTAs. This is a city that wants to always bleed green, even in the middle of summer. And there's really no controversy with the Eagles. And the Phillies are just blowing teams out of the water left and right. So what's left? Well, we'll just manufacture a story just to try to drive controversy and rile the people up because we're not getting enough viewers.
Do you know what?
So we need to stir up hate.
Yeah,
Tom, you just jarred something in my memory. This is like taking the reins from AJ Brown controversy. Like, oh, AJ Brown just signed a huge contract. He's not going anywhere. So why not just fuck with Jalen Hurts? Why not?
AJ Brown is stealing Jalen Hurts' girlfriend. Like, all right, come on. I mean, like I've said previous, Dalton is a big fan of making these. Oh, whoa, look at this. Oh, this is crazy. I know I'm talking shit on Dalton right now because I know he knows that what I feel. And it's just like
he's not even here. You got to wait for him to get back.
Yeah, and it's like it's just
he might have some drills for you to run. When he comes back.
We got someone new on the show tonight. We got Coach.
Are you trying to fucking summon me or something, Tommy? God damn, I'm coming out of here like a fucking bear cat. Up a fucking mountain or some shit. Jesus Christ, can't even fucking get my shit together because you fucking got me like scrambled eggs. I'll tell you what, though, man. Competition is good for the soul, Tom. It's very good for the soul, and it's good for the team. When
did Coach become Deion Sanders?
Tommy, I'm just saying this. I'm happier than a horse in a honeysuckle hedge to be on this show right now. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, Tom, because I'm that ecstatic to be back. But point being, I like this Pickett kid. I don't like that he wears 2 gloves and he's got, some smaller hands and he's supposedly sweeter than a strawberry on a summer morning and all that weird shit. Nah, I'm good about that. I do like that he's bringing a little bit of competition to this team because everybody's ass better be under fire when Coach gets there. That's what foosball's all about, Tommy. It ain't about security. It's about uncertainty. That's what the sport's all about. When the ball's up in the fucking air, you don't know who's going to come down with it. And that's why I love Pickett. I like the competition.
Hit the showers. It's doing Texas.
Although, Coach, personally, I do know who's coming down with the ball. It's always AJ Brown. He's always open and he's always coming down with it. So you're wrong.
No, Tom, I could have fucking told you that. A fucking first grader could have fucking told you that in first fucking grade. AJ Brown is about a freak of fucking nature. You don't got to be a genius to see that, boy. And I'll tell you what, we've been feeding him peanut butter and jelly, biscuits and gravy, fucking everything under the sun. Because have you seen how that guy's bulked up this year? Shout out to the Eagles food squad. Shout out to my guy A.J. Brown for putting on the pounds and coming out here looking like a fucking Decepticon next year. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Having some of that Louisiana crawfish along with that foosball down there and some Bobby Boucher's magical water.
Hey, Tommy, if you can get the water boy on this team this year, I'll fucking do something crazy. Tommy.
What would you do, Dalton? What would you do? What would you do, Dalton?
Drop and give me 20, man.
What would you do, Dutch? What was that issue you were going to say?
See me after practice, Tom.
What were you about to do, Dalton, man? That was...
Yeah, what were you about to do?
Pause. Like Shardy said, Coach makes me feel uncomfortable. That was really uncomfortable.
That's my job, Shard. Like I said, football's a sport about being uncomfortable. I'm going to be freaking you out like a sixth grader taking a shit in a school. Can't do it. I couldn't poop at home until I was 15 or in a public place. Sorry. Had to always do it at home.
Dude, Dalton just shat at Dunkin' Donuts every morning because he couldn't fucking shit at home.
I would hold it all day. I don't know who Dalton is. That's my weird-ass nephew. But, I mean, I would hold it in.
Hoss, I had some issues when I was in first grade. I was constipated, so I don't want to talk about shit.
But you fucking bring it up.
Jordan, is that why you're still so full of shit to this day?
We're all full of shit.
There's Tommy with his fucking puns, fucking trying to get everybody all hyped up. Tommy, let me ask you something. OTAs. What do you hate more, Tom? The NFL draft or OTAs? Which one you take more seriously? Because we know you hate the sport as a whole. You suck the soul out of the NFL, Tom, and all the fun that I love in it.
First of all, Dutch, I love football. I just hate stuff being overhyped for no reason. The draft is exciting because you can see a little bit into your future.
But you don't watch it. Sorry,
yeah,
but you don't watch it.
Okay, Dutch / coach. Apparently, you kicked some licks there and you can't even stay in character. Lauren Michaels would smack the shit out of you if you're on SNL.
Oh my god.
But OTAs, it's like the beginning of spring training when pitchers and catchers have to report. Hey, there's really it's exciting. You're like, all right, we're getting closer to the season starting. But other than that, it's just practice. That's all. It is.
It's not even practice. It's not even practice. It's conditioning, and that's why I find these reports of Kenny. I think it's funny because these drills of Kenny Pickett's better than Jalen Hurts and OTAs. It's like we're not even playing football. It's they're just like running they're just jogging. They're not even sprinting. There's nothing happening. That's my favorite part of it all.
Ain't nothing but a bunch of guys being dudes.
I thought they were actually running drills and stuff, Matt. Wow, that's some insight. Yeah, this is stupid then. Why are we all getting riled up?
I mean, they're running drills. They're just not it's not practice. It's like they're getting comfortable with each other. That's what it is.
It's like 7-on-7. It's like you do go out from some routes, do some little plays. It's like nothing too serious at all.
All butthurt over this shit, Coach. Tell him to drop and give you 20 for getting.
Yeah, I'll tell you boys what. I am still on the Jalen Hurts hype train. Drop and give me fucking 60 actually, because Jalen Hurts is about tougher than a turtle's toenails. God fucking damn, I did it right there, baby. Knock it out of the fucking park. Dinger, slam dunk. But seriously, Jalen Hurts has got the Philly grit. You can't coach that. Tommy, those are intangibles. Kenny Two-Glove Pickett, small hands mofo. He don't got it like that. Jalen Hurts is the fresh prince of Philly. Our guy. Get out of here with these bullshit rumors. The competition's good. I don't mind the competition, but I don't like the false narrative. Just because a guy can toss around a football in a backyard like Matt said, I can still do that at 65. Christ, my great-great-great-great-grandma could probably still do that as a skeleton because my family genes are so good. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen, for having me. I'm going to go get my weird-ass nephew now.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy because, Coach was saying that he hates this this trap about Pickett and Hurts, but Dalton agrees that it's a good thing. Anyway, why does Tom look like he just saw? You good, Tom?
I'm very confused as to what happened.
That was Coach.
That was something.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, did you guys hear the news that OTAs actually could be non-existent by next year?
Yeah, that's what I heard. They were talking about because it's like it doesn't really matter. Like
It's
you said,
pointless.
yeah.
They're talking about what was it? Getting rid of OTAs and then also extending training camp, and so it's like a 4-week extent in late June into July, rather than having these OTA practices May into June or whatever. I think that'd be kind of nice. They want a longer ramp up period, so hopefully they risk injury or risk less injury, I guess you would say. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I do too. Because like we all said, OTAs don't matter, and like just having mini camp is where it all matters. So that'd be interesting to see if they do that.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling about Bradbury? Do you guys think that that'll be done post June 1 or
he sucks, dude? Get him out of here.
He's already cut. So if you're Bradbury, why would you show up somewhere, risk injury, so then you wouldn't be able to sign somewhere else when you already know you're getting cut? So why do we care?
Yeah, I mean, he should already be gone by now, like before OTAs. He is.
Well, no, he's gone post June 1st. He's gone post June 1st because if we cut him now, then we're gonna be responsible for a lot of money. But if we cut him post June 1st, then we're gonna be fine.
On June 1st or post June 1st?
I think it's post June 1st.
Okay, so Sunday, James Bradbury, you better learn how to speak Chinese, buddy.
He's going across the sea.
He's going across the sea to play. He's going to be an all-star. He's going to be fucking, a goat. In all seriousness, we got one final topic too, because I don't want to talk about OTAs too much. I know Coach gets excited for him, but Tom, I actually, got to give you credit, man, where credit's due. The OTAs aren't the most exciting thing in the world. How are you guys feeling about this topic? This is something I kind of wanted to debate.
Trivia.
It's not just. Oh yeah, sorry. I will hit the trivia. Thanks for your on cue sneeze there. Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host Jack Dordan, the mayor of Delaware.
Thank you to TickPick. Like I said, it's Philly season. Buy your tickets through TickPick. No fees at all. Tonight's question we have for you, unless Dalton, you have the leaderboard.
I don't have it tonight.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll get it next week.
I know that I'm losing.
Yeah, because you haven't been here, so it makes sense.
Although I'm tied with Dalt, which makes no sense. Dude,
I
you suck at trivia.
Somewhere. I got chipped a couple of points along the line. I'll fucking do a site survey or something, but take it away, Jack.
Anyway, tonight's question we have for you, another Phillies question, is which Philadelphia Philly hit for the cycle in 1995? Which Philadelphia Philly hit for the cycle in 1995? A, Lenny Dykstra. B, Mickey
Dykstra.
Well, there's your answer, I bet.
Mickey Morandini.
Oh
C, Mike Lieberhall, or D.
Lieberthal.
You just got to mispronounce the last one, even if it's Jenkins.
Or D, Greg Jefferies. It's Jefferies. So question was, which Philadelphia Philly hit for the cycle in 1995? Lenny Dykstra, B, Mickey Morandini, C, Mike Lieberthal, or D, Greg Jefferies? Put your answer in, please.
I just texted you. Thank you.
I'm
and speaking
on my phone, so I'll tell you right before you reveal the answer. How about that?
That
Perfect.
Works.
And while we're talking about some Philly GOAT athletes, I mean, Tom, there were definitely some Philadelphia Phillies GOATs. Why don't you go ahead and take this first? Who is your best Philadelphia athlete of all time, Tom?
Well, in terms of like love and just generational, like just transformation, if you talk all time, and in that sense, like he was transformative. It's AI. AI totally transformed basketball, how it was played, the culture of it, all that. You want to talk about a guy that lived on in the city and almost like a myth, like in like there's a lore about him. It's
Mike Schmidt.
It's Mike Schmidt. He has this lore about him. And he can do no wrong. He's a living legend, and will always, and he'll be the king of baseball for a long time in this city. Even with B Harp, B Harp could go on, unless B Harp goes on and wins like 3 championships. Mike Schmidt will live on as the greatest Philly of all time. What?
Sorry, I did the reverse mute. Freaking my dogs are all barking at each other, and I didn't realize I did the reverse mute. The dad, hey.
I was like, what is going on?
We're at a baseball game right now, and I'm there with my 3-year-old kid, and he starts just wandering. Hey, God damn it.
But like that's who I would like say necessarily as like top Philly athlete. If I'm talking right now, though, best Philly athlete, because I've seen on a lot of Philly pages this week. It's like top Philly athletes right now. Easily Bryce Harper right now. Now, like of current athletes, like Embiid got hurt a lot this year. It felt like he took a step back. No one on the like Lane Johnson's really good, but like he also is starting to get hurt and getting old. There's no one on the Flyers, I would say. So it's easily Bryce Harper right now, though.
Jack, take it next.
For the old time's sake, I'm gonna have to go with Hank Basquet, one of the Philly great. No, in all seriousness, I guess I'll do in my lifetime as a Philly sports fan. I would have to go with for what they did for the city. I would say, are we doing? I would probably say Zach Ertz or Jason Kelce. Because they just did so much for the city. They played a pivotal role in that Super Bowl. So I would have to go with probably Jason Kelce for sure.
Matt, what about you?
This is kind of insulting to me, Dalk, because we had a Hoss's hot takes earlier in the season that was talking pretty much about this, but I'll read that.
In all fairness, I got to give credit where credit's due. I am rehashing a Barstool Philly topic, I think, from last week.
Oh man, so they took it from me. That's what you're saying. They took it from
yes,
Hoss's hot
they did
takes.
take it from you. What the hell?
No, but I mean, Mike Schmidt's one of those guys that you talk to any Philadelphian, they're gonna know who he is. And that's just, you talk to any baseball fan, you're going to know who Mike Schmidt is. He's one of the greatest of all time. I think from a Philadelphia standpoint, though, I think Philly sports right now is probably in its golden era. And I think the people of Philadelphia are following everything. And that's why I want to say Jason Kelce right now is the greatest athlete of all time, is because he has an effect on this city that I don't really believe another athlete in Philadelphia has. I think he could literally go down Broad Street and shoot someone, and they'll be like, he was right. He's fine. He's in the right there. I really do believe that. Because it's fucking Jason Kelce. Like when you say that about any other Philly athlete, I really don't think that you could make an argument. And of course, I don't actually mean that, but like, I really do think that he is sitting on a pedestal that I don't think another Philadelphia athlete sits on. And that's just because who he is as a person and what he's done for the city on and off the field.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Mine, I like all of your guys' answers. I think all of you guys are legit. Obviously, I'm going to go with an Eagle. My best Eagle of all time, it's got to be Brian Dawkins for me, just because like I don't want to be the person that says a player I didn't watch. If you're just talking about like pure jerseys that you see at the field, stories you hear on and off the field, player care, it's got to be Reggie White. You know what I mean? He's the Mr. Philadelphia Eagle. It's going to be pretty hard to top that. Brian Dawkins is a close second. He's my answer, I believe. But if we're talking about in today, it's no doubt Bryce, like Tom said. I mean, Bryce just takes a charge of this city that no other Philly athlete does. Kelsey definitely was right there with him when he was around, but Bryce is just like so creative. And I don't want to say that center isn't an exciting position. It's just like Bryce Harper hits home runs. That's going to, hype up the city. It's just inevitable. So it's no disrespect to Jason Kelsey and what he did. I just think he'll even admit it. You know what I mean? Like baseball being that, designated hitter, first baseman that can knock things. It's a sexy position. Bryce Harper does it well. He knocks the shit out of the ball. He comes up clutch when this team needs him to. And the only thing that I think really separates Bryce from Kelsey is that Super Bowl ring. Bryce, the personality's right there. Like, Bryce is going to be the same as Kel. They'll probably bump into each other in the grocery store as old fucks. Like, hey, can I get your autograph? Yeah, can I get your autograph? Like, they're like that. They both just know what it means to be a Philly fan. Not only a Philly athlete, but a Philly fan. And there's something to be said for those guys. So, love that. So for me,
I got a question for you, Dolt.
Yeah.
And, I really... Kelsey's going to live here the rest of his life. I mean, he's said that. He's like, I am a Philadelphian. Do you think...
He just bought a whole compound in Delco, too.
Yeah, like he is a Philadelphian. Do you think Harper... And I'm not trying to diss Harper. I do think that he is insane. But do you think that he's going to be that guy that's going to stay here his entire life? Or do you think he's going to leave?
If he wins a championship here, and that sounds so crazy that one thing could change it. But I truly believe in my mind, if he wins a championship here, he's going to live here forever. Like, he's going to be bought beers forever for the rest of his life.
He doesn't need to be bought beers, dude.
And I'm not saying that he does, but I'm just saying the level of respect, it's home too at some point. Like, the endorsement deals, it would be stupid not to. You know what I mean? I can't speak for Bryce Harper, but I feel like in my heart, as a Philly fan, if he won a championship here, I think he would be here for life. If he doesn't, I don't know. I could see him staying here, though, forever. I'm actually more interested in Ballpark's answer on that one real quick, too.
I tend to agree a little bit with you. Like, if he were to win a championship, he'd stay here. That's an interesting point. However, in my heart of hearts, if I'm being honest, I don't think he's a Vegas boy through and through. He goes back to Vegas every year. I don't think he'd live here, like, post-career. I think he'd live in Vegas.
2 houses?
He has 2 houses now because he plays for this city. But in the off-season, he's in Vegas. Like, occasionally you see him pop up here for, like, a Flyers game, a Sixers game, an Eagles game. But for the most part, when he's doing an interview, he's usually in his garage where he is converted into a full-on personal gym for his off-season training programs in Vegas. And I don't blame him. That's where his family is. He's a big family guy. Hey, do not blame the guy one bit. That's why I think, like, just hearing how Bryce talks, hearing how Bryce is, he's a big family guy. Like, he cares about his family, wants to be around his family, enjoys his family time. And all his family lives in Vegas. So what's he going to do? He's going to go back to Vegas. I don't hate that. Like, as a Philly fan, like, I'd probably do the same thing. I'd want to go spend, like, my retirement with my family. Like, if my family lived in North Dakota, guess where I'd probably end up back in? It's hard to move my whole family, but guess where I can go to? I can go back to North Dakota and live there with my family. Like,
with the Wentzes, your old family, the Wentzes.
Wait, oh shit, hold on. South Dakota.
Didn't Carson Wentz go to South Dakota State?
No,
I thought he went to NDSU, North Dakota State University, the yellow and green. Yeah. Bisons, baby. I'll never forget those uniforms. That was like freaking JUCO, almost like watching a JUCO school.
Jack, you fake fucking fan. Fucking
No, Dallas Goddard is the one who went to South Dakota State.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
North Dakota State.
Yeah.
Why did you show up to the camera? You just proved yourself wrong.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dorden, the mayor of Delaware.
Like I said, Tick Pick. Thank you for the sponsorship. If you buy tickets, go through Tick Pick. No fees at all. Tonight's question we have for you is, which Philadelphia Philly hit for the cycle in 1995? Lenny Dykstra, B. Mickey Morandini, C. Mike Lieberthal, or D. Greg Jefferies? And
Jack,
the
can I
answer,
give you my answer before you say it?
Yeah.
I think it's Dykstra. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so I want to go to the fans at first. We got Conrad Joseph with D, and D is right here, baby. Yeah, right there. D is the right answer. Greg Jefferies.
Wow.
So, that being said, coming to the team at 302 Birds, we got Matt back from wherever the hell he was.
I'm back better than ever.
Correct.
Hell yeah.
Tommy, I'm surprised. You got this one wrong. Dalton, you got this one wrong. And then Ashley, she texted me. She got it wrong.
I'm
She
calling
said-
Matt out for cheating.
Whoa! What?
I think Matt would know this. Matt knows his shit on the Phillies.
I just took a guess. There's a bunch of weird names in there.
Yeah, I couldn't say.
I had no idea. I had no idea who any of those guys were.
So, with that being said, tonight's answer is Greg Jefferies. So,
To those who got it.
That was the only name that you pronounced right.
Is that why you picked it?
Probably.
Which of these is not like the hey, sometimes that
I knew
works.
it couldn't be Mike Lieberthal. Mike Lieberthal came later. Dykstra, now that I'm thinking about it, I think he was actually already off the team after the 94 season. Morandini would have been a good pick. Morandini was still there.
But he was a pitcher, right?
No, he was a second baseman, jackass.
Oh, well, sorry. I know him as a pitcher from Philly Sports Guys event at Dolan's, where he's usually the pitcher.
Yeah, he threw there, and Kevin Stocker, who shows up there a lot too. He was a shortstop, Dutch.
I did know that about Stocker. Didn't know that about Morandini, though.
Yeah, they were a double play tandem on that 93 team that went to the World Series and lost to the Blue Jays.
That's rough. Okay. Dalton, you got anything else?
That's all we got for you guys. I just want to take a second to welcome Hoss back. He should be back for a little bit. He'll be in and out a little bit throughout the summer. I know. Do you want to speak a little bit more on it than me, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm moving to Colorado in July, so over the next month and a half, I'm going to be visiting family and friends and everything like that. So I'm going to be on here as much as I possibly can, but life happens, and I'll be on here as much as I can. I'm going to keep the team updated. I'm going to keep you guys updated, and hopefully I can come up with some sort of consistent schedule. So can't wait to see you guys there.
And Magnolia Decker in the chat, if that is not a burner, maybe, if I've ever seen one. I texted Decker today. I even went out of the way to DM him. I haven't heard a word from Decker. I got a lot of love for Decker. Decker is an insane energy to have on this podcast. We hope that he'll come back one day, but I think right now he's just busy with life. I haven't heard from the guy. I hope to bump into him at a tailgate next year, but for further ado, I know Matt will be on the show a little bit more permanently once the NFL season starts, like September, October-ish. He'll be more settled into it, everything that's going on there, and we're super excited for that. But like he said, he's going to be here as much as he can, and we can't wait to have him. So we're just psyched to have him. I also want to announce, if any of you guys are going to London looking for any swag, my friend Nicole sent me some awesome friendship bracelets. Ring the bell, 302 Birds. They got Stay Loose and Stay Sexy ones. There's also a Go Phils one. Alyssa has that one on right now. She already stole it, but they're very affordable. Go check out Nicole. We tag her all the time on our Instagram. If you need her contact info and you want to support her, she'll actually be in London. So they're made by a Phillies fan. And she said, I'm pretty sure it's beer money. So stay tuned for that. But please, please go support her if you can. that's all we got for you guys. Another great show. We appreciate everybody that tuned in. It was a jam-packed show. There was a lot of people in here at one point, and hopefully we'll get Uncle Frank back next week. I know we have a couple of guests. If anybody ever wants to call on the show, you know where to find us. Jack, I will kick it to you to do what you do.
Welcome back to the team. Back to the team, Haas. Fuck you, Tommy. Without further ado, hey, Josh. It's an outro, not an intro. Hit that motherfucking outro.
At least Josh looks sexy, unlike you, jackass. I killed the bird, and that's insulting to birds everywhere.
Caw-caw!